Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to use my watercolor set here, and I will be using the stamp set of the month from Spellbinders to add a sentiment to this card. I really do enjoy watercoloring. I haven't done a lot of it in the recent past, but it is something that I like doing and it's kind of peaceful. So I decided to, instead of stamp the popsicle that comes in the stamp set, I decided to paint my own for this card, just for fun. I'm definitely not an expert at all with watercolor, but I enjoy doing it. So I just put in a very fast forward version of me painting this popsicle. I did try to leave the dark area on the bottom and the top a little bit lighter for a lime popsicle look. Then I chose to add one popsicle stick on the bottom. This part kind of stumped me a little bit. I had to be really careful with my outline, and I had a little too much water, so I had to go in kind of slow. And to get the rounded look on the bottom was something that I started to fuss with, and I thought just leave it, because sometimes when I watercolor I get a little too fussy and I mess with it over and over and over, and it just doesn't turn out the way I like. So I just stopped. Then I loved the sentiment from this month's stamp set that says anything is popsicle. I love a good pun, and I had to use it again to make another card. If you're not familiar, there is a stamp set of the month that Spellbinders comes out with every single month. And this month is a summery theme to it. So it comes with a popsicle stamp. So if you aren't really comfortable with watercoloring your own popsicle, you could absolutely use the stamped image. And the stamp set comes with coordinating dies as well. So if you're interested in the coordinating dies, you have to sign up for the stamp and coordinating dies to get those. Occasionally they will die cut out the pieces of stamped images or the sentiments. The anything is popsicle, it did not have a die cut piece, but that was okay. I just pulled out my mini trimmer and trimmed it down. I had to be rather careful using my trimmer here to make sure that my sides were even, but it ended up working out nicely. If not, I probably just would have restamped it and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Now I'm going to leave the two edges on the sides here a little raw, because I'm going to take my scissors and give them a finishing edge after I trim it one more time and get a very thin amount of paper off. Awesome. Now to make the edges of my sentiment, I'm going to use my scissors and first cut a straight line halfway in between my side here after I give it a little trim. So here's my trim, and there's my straight chomp right into the side. Then from the corners, I will diagonally cut from the corner to that end chomp piece. Then to go to the other side and chomp. And there you go. And it leaves a little ribbon banner piece. If you have banner sentiment dies in your stash, you could also use that. But for anyone who doesn't have a banner sentiment die, this is a really easy way to make your own without using a die cutting machine or purchasing one. Chomp. And chomp the other side. You don't have to drop it like I did. Perfect. Then I will adhere on to my card base some green cardstock that I had from my stash and my watercolored image. At first I wasn't sure if I wanted my sentiment to be off-centered from my popsicle or put it on the bottom or put it directly across the center. I decided to go ahead and put it going right through my popsicle. With my reverse tweezers, I will hold it in place as I add a little bit of liquid glue to the back of my piece. I considered using some dimensional foam on the back, but I ended up going in with liquid glue because I wasn't patient enough for my popsicle to be completely dry. It's mostly dry, so it won't bleed onto my sentiment strip at all, but I don't know if it was quite dry enough to have a sticker foam piece on it yet. And once it looks centered, I will press down lightly in the middle and give it a little wiggle to make sure the edges are on. Ideally, I would have dried my popsicle just a little bit more, but I kind of got into a creative flow and did not. I considered leaving the card like this, but I wanted to add a little bit of bling. So I went to my gem stash from Card Kits of Memories and added in some green ones. Now, if you're like me and you have some extra gemstones in your stash, these are from the Hoppy kit. I think it had quite a lot of bunnies and Easter themed things to it. So if you keep your kits together, I would look in that kit. I like to work with odd numbers, so I go ahead and add 5 gems to this. And this last one that I add here kind of reminds me of like dripped lime. So I think it's really fun. And there's a look at my finished card. So if you've liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. I will be having other watercolor videos throughout the month of July. So if you're interested in watercoloring, I will explain more of my process with a beach theme. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Bye!